A quick author's note. This story is going to be in first person from chapter 2 onwards. This story is written and read to you guys by Cosplay Dude 637 as part of the Storytime with Cosplay Dude 637 section of Tiger Tales. Before he wrote this, way back when, he wrote it in the third person perspective, and he recorded chapter 1 without acknowledging this fact. And instead of making him rewrite the whole chapter in the first person perspective, and then obviously re-recording it, I just thought I'd upload what he gave me, and then from chapter 2 onward, it will be in the first person perspective. I hope, nevertheless, you guys do enjoy this story, and of course can understand this little hiccup. That being said, Cosplay Dude 637, take it away. My Hero Academia. The next chapter. Chapter 1. Welcome home, Deku.
Chapter 1. Welcome home, Deku. Izuku Midoriya, now 21, has spent the last 2 years studying in America, much like his hero, All Might, had done before him. Izuku trained with Melissa Shields, the daughter of David Shields, to continue his training and growth as a hero. But now, it was time for him to return home. As Izuku steps off the plane at the Haneda airport, he smiled and taken a deep breath of the familiar air. I'm home. Whoa. I sound like All Might. He chuckled to himself. Deku! A familiar voice shouted. Izuku turned to see a red-haired girl running towards him. It took him a minute to recognize her. Ochaku? He asked, still a bit surprised. Ochaku grins and nods. Hey, Deku, how are you? I'm good. I thought Ida was going to meet me here. He was, but I asked if I could do it instead, she says. Izuku blushes slightly. Oh? Why? Ochaku gives him a playful glance. Because I wanted to see you, stupid. Oh, okay, Izuku stammered. Do you have any more bags? Ochaku asks, glancing around. Nope. Just this one. Izuku tugs on the strap of his bag slung over his shoulder. Great. So, where are we headed? I'm going to my mom's place. Cool. I'll give you a ride. I know she's missed you a lot, Ochaku said, already heading towards the parking lot, Izuku following behind her. You've been talking to my mom? Izuku asks, surprised. Yeah, a few times, Ochaku replies, a bit shyly. They walk in silence for the rest of the way until they reach Ochaku's pink SUV. She unlocks the doors with her key fob, and Izuku tosses his bag in the back. Once inside, they started their 30-minute drive towards his mom's apartment. So, do you know what any of our old classmates are up to? Izuku asks, breaking the silence. Ochaku smiles. Let's see. You know that Ida took over for his brother as Ingenium, right? And that he and Sue are together now. Izuku's eyes widened. Wait, Ida and Sue. Whoa, I didn't see that one coming. Yeah, and Todoroki is with Momo. Denki is with Jiro. Denki and Jiro? Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, Izuku says, as they pull into the parking lot of his mother's apartment complex. They both get out of the car and Izuku retrieves his bag from the back. Thanks for the ride, he says, giving her a sweet smile. Ochaku blushes and quickly leans in and kisses him on the cheek before dashing back to the driver's seat. She drove off, leaving Izuku standing there, speechless. Hey Usopp, what you listening to?
Huh? Oh, this? It's the Author's Crown YouTube channel.
Oh man, that sounds cool. Is he a pirate like us?
No, he's a writer who makes up cool crossover stories we never knew we needed.
Oh, really? What kind of stuff does he cross over?
He crosses over stuff like Power Rangers and Friday the 13th. That one is kind of scary, but still really good.
Whoa, that sounds amazing. Where can I listen to this guy at?
You can find the Author's Crown on YouTube. Just search for his channel and dive into those awesome crossover stories.
Check out Author's Crown on YouTube for incredible crossover stories that will blow your mind. Don't miss out on all the fun. Subscribe now. Later that evening, after catching up with his mom, Izuku flopped onto his bed. His room was exactly the same. Floor to ceiling, All Might posters and memorabilia. He pulled out his phone and decided to call his old friend Tenya Ida. "Hello," comes Ida's familiar voice. "Hey Ida, it's Deku. What's up?" "Izuku! Did you get home alright?" "Yeah, Ochaka gave me a ride." "That's great! So what's going on?" "Something weird happened." "Oh? What is it?" "Ochaku, she kissed me." "Ochaku kissed you?" Ida laughed. Ida's laughter burst through the phone so loudly that Izuku had to pull it away from his ear. Then another voice chimed in, one Izuku knew all too well. "Hey Deku, it's Sue." "Hey Sue, what happened to Ida?" "Don't worry about him right now. What's important is you and Ochaku." "What do you mean, Sue?" "I am getting you two together." Together?" Izuku stammered, blushing furiously. "You don't mean like together, do you?" "Ribbit? That's exactly what I mean," Sue said matter-of-factly. "Sue, you know since high school that's not going to happen." "High school was a long time ago, Ribbit. You've both changed a lot." Izuku sighed, staring at his feet that dangled over the edge of the bed now. "I guess we have, but I've been gone for 2 years. She must have found someone else by now." Ida's laughter rang out again, followed by Sue speaking to someone else. "Did you get him? Great. Jumps, if you would be so kind." "Sue, what's going on?" Izuku asked, confusion growing. Suddenly, a flash of black light appeared in his room, and a young man with red hair stood before him. Izuku dropped his phone, jumping into a fighting stance. "Who are you?" "Whoa, calm down, cowboy," the man said with a grin. "Name's Mikhail Frozman, but most people call me Jumps." "Jumps?" Izuku repeated, confused. Mikhail smiled and grabbed Izuku's arm. With another flash of black light, they were standing in front of Sue, Ida, and a very confused-looking Ochaku. "What is going on here?" Izuku asked, bewildered. Sue stepped forward and pushed Ochaku into Izuku's arms. "Thanks for your help, Jumps. You can go now," Ida says, nodding to Mikhail. Jumps smirks and in a flash of light disappears. "Okay, no more playing around, Ribbit. Tell him how you feel, Ochaku," Sue said, looking expectantly at her friend. Ochaku blushes deeply, tapping her fingers together nervously. "Well, Deku, I like you a lot. I've liked you for a long time." Izuku stood frozen, staring at Ochaku, unsure of what to say. "Say something, Deku," Ochaku pleaded, her voice trembling. Ida walks over and gives Izuku a firm pat on the back, snapping him out of his daze. I love you, Ochaku," Izuku bursted out, his eyes wide as he quickly covered his mouth in embarrassment. Ochaku's face lit up with joy, and she threw herself into Izuku's arms, hugging him tightly. "It's about time, Ribbit," Sue said with a satisfying grin. Ida nodded in agreement, gently holding Sue's hand.
This story is part of the partner program and the expansion playlist under the name of Storytime with Cosplay Dude 637, where Cosplay Dude 637 will be presenting his own storylines on Tiger Tales: The Lost Stories. So make sure you check out that playlist to find more stories by Cosplay Dude.
What you have just listened to is a product created by the Three Ranger Bros Studio.
Hosted by 3 cosplaying fathers who
happen to be massive geeks of all sorts of fandoms.
They are Mark, the Red Cornish Ranger,
Cosplay Dude 637,
and Tiger.
The studio covers different types of YouTube videos, TikToks, podcasts, and live streams.
If you wish to find out who cosplays who, the YouTube channel, the TikTok accounts, and the podcasts, and all of the other social media platforms,
please go to the 3rangerbrostudios.com.